Ayaka has potential to deal massive cryo DPS as her sprint allows her to cloak herself in a frozen fog, which enables her sword to be infused with cryo when she appears, making her deal 100% cryo damage with her normal and charge attacks. Her sprint is really nice to have, especially roaming around in Azuma. You can indefinitely cross waters without using the boat as she appears over water, making her charge her stamina, and she can continue her journey going island to island, making her Mona 2.0. Her passive talent allows Ayaka to replenish 10 stamina after she applies cryo to nearby enemies with her sprint as she appears, also giving her additional 18% cryo damage bonus. Is nice to have, especially because you're going to be sprinting, appearing, doing normal and charge attacks, sprinting again, appearing, which you're going to be continuously applying cryo effect, making this passive talent a great fit. As she comes with crit damage as Ascension, she has massive potential to deal really good damage. Ayaka does 5 rapid strikes, with the 5th being the highest. Her charge attacks do 3 consecutive hits with a nice attack animation, making her charge attacks one of its own, very different from any other characters. Her E skill summons Blooming Ice to launch nearby opponents, dealing AoE cryo damage. The skill damage comes with a high percentage, and the nice AoE makes this skill really efficient at applying cryo and also damaging nearby enemies at once. And her Q skill summons forth a snowstorm with flawless poise, unleashing a frostflake that moves forward continuously. At level 10, this skill does cutting damage continuously, dealing 202% with bloom damage at the end of 300% damage. This skill is excellent, which does massive cryo damage, and you'll see massive cryo numbers everywhere with this. This is not like one hit bang skill, more of a continuous numbers everywhere. This skill though needs to be used in a way where it will hit them indefinitely. Using freeze reaction and using this skill has potential to deal all of its damage, making freeze comps a really good fit with Ayaka for this. Bonus Q will add additional 50% damage to the enemies, while frozen with Ayaka's ability, the increased damage from Mona's burst will stay longer, and this makes Ayaka Mona combo one of the best fit. As you take a look at the current team comp right now, I have Ayaka, Hotel as my mains. They're both doing normal and charge attacks. Of course I want to use Ayaka first, and come in with Hotel here for melt. But to talk about Beidou a little bit here, her burst procs when your mains do normal and charge attacks absolutely destroys everything because it bounces everywhere, and with Ayaka and Hotel, they are both doing normal and charge attacks, making a great fit. But if you take a closer look, Hotel does way more charge attack damage, and the added overload damage makes it even more devastating. Super Conduct is actually for decreasing physical resistance, and the Beidou and Ayaka combo actually does good. But what I'm trying to say is that since Ayaka does many slashes, a lot of attacks, her dash appearance also procs cryo, so she's going to do really well with Zinc Q, and this combo will make all enemies in freeze mode, making Ayaka not able to take any damage. And to take her burst to action, since the enemies move around and they won't hit them 100% of the time, you have a small window of a time where the burst do damage at a small radius, does massive damage when you get them frozen. They'll make them take most if not all of Ayaka's burst damage this way. Melt is always going to be great when you're trying to add damage potential. Xing Ling has to be one of the best support for Ayaka for this, as you're adding more damage with this combo, and as you know, Yoimiya has potential to be even better than Xing Ling, and with her prior normals, Yoimiya and Ayaka combo might actually be one of the best combo coming out very soon. These little numbers will add up, and if you take the time to actually add everything, it'll come to a point where it's definitely going to be comparable to most Q skills in the game. Ayaka, with her unique style, with her kimono, representing Inazuma as the princess, came to the game at the right place at the right time. Allow me to introduce you to my Kamisato Ayaka. For the weapon, she's using the black sword, and I also used the Black Cliff longsword. For the artifacts, with the black sword I used Blizzard Stare with Maiden Loved. Obviously you don't want to go Maiden Loved. The only reason I use the 2-piece is because I don't have the 4-piece Blizzard Stare yet. I'm gonna be looking for the 4-piece Blizzard Stare. I'm also gonna be farming for the new artifact set for Ayaka especially. For the feather, attack with energy recharge, crit damage and crit rate. For the flower, HP with crit damage, attack percent. For the sands, attack percent with crit damage, energy recharge. For the cup, cryo damage bonus with crit rate and crit damage, and massive defense percent. Crit damage with crit rate and attack percent. So pretty much with the attributes here, 48% with crit rate, 236.1% crit damage, and little bit of energy recharge. And for the artifacts, with the Black Cliff longsword, I went with 2-piece Wonders Troop. That's the only artifact set bonus that I did use. For the feather, attack percent with crit damage, crit rate. I tried to increase crit rate as much as I can with crit damage. For the sands, got a little bit of crit rate, trying to get some crit rate as much as I can. Got some crit damage here. Cryo damage bonus cup with crit rate on it, and some energy recharge, elemental mastery, and the same crit damage hat. So for the art attributes for the Black Clip Longsword, 47.4 crit rate, 239.4% crit damage, and some elemental mastery with this artifact set. So generally, yeah, with the Black Clip Longsword, you would want to go for the 4-piece Blizzard Strayer because that's gonna just give you massive crit rate. So for these weapons, both of these weapons did similar damage for me. I wouldn't say the Black Clip is better for me, because the artifact sets and the artifact sets that I did use and the substat rolls. Pretty much, if I have the 4-piece Blizzard Strayer, then definitely Black Clip Longsword is the way to go. For right now, I'm gonna stick with the Black Sword for this Ayaka. And for Constellation, I have 0 Constellation. For the talents, 8 on the normal and charge attack, 9 on the E skill, and 9 on the Q skill. Generally, if you're gonna be running Ayaka for main DPS, doing a lot of normal and charge attack, obviously you wanna maximize normal and charge attack talent. For the E talent, does the most cryo damage, but for the Q it just does the most damage, so I would recommend upgrading both of these. But if you had to choose one, I think I would upgrade the Q. So pretty much 8, 8, 8, then I would probably upgrade the Q. Alright, and I'm gonna describe the best artifact sets for Ayaka, and it's gonna start right now. For the best artifacts for Ayaka, Blizzard Strayer is going to be one of the top choice, as this 4-piece set bonus gives 15% cryo damage bonus and 20% increased crit rate. As you're looking to do 100% cryo damage with Ayaka, this set makes it so that you can maximize attack percent and crit damage in the artifact pieces and substats, which makes it so that Ayaka can dish out maximum DPS. If you're running Freeze Team Comp, this set will give additional 20% crit rate to frozen enemies, making this 4-piece set a super OP on her. On top of that, if you're running another cryo, and with the cryo resonance, you're stacking 50% crit rate, and as she comes to crit damage as Ascension, this artifact set will make it easy for you to utilize maximum DPS potential. I want to talk about new artifact sets. First is the Shimenawas, which will give 18% attack and 50% increase with normal and charge attacks. If you're running Ayaka as a main DPS, this set will work for her just because you're using her a lot more often for those normal and charge attacks. Also, the emblem set is also going to be a great fit on her if you're running Ayaka for bursty support, utilizing her burst as her main damage, not so much for her normals. These two sets are super OP. I don't have these sets to showcase, so I can't put more info on my part, but definitely these two sets can work. It really depends on your playstyle. The most safe and easiest way to go about artifact is going to be the Blizzard Strayer though, and on your way to get 4-piece bonus, you can mix and match almost any artifact pieces with Blizzard Strayer 2-piece, and using 2-piece Noblesse, Wonders, Gladiator, Emblem, or Shimenawas until you decide to opt in for 4-piece Blizzard or 4-piece Emblem. For your choice on how to go about building Ayaka, make sure to go attack percent or energy recharge sands, cryo damage bonus cup, crit rate or crit damage hat. For substats, look for crit rate, crit damage, attack percent, energy recharge, and elemental mastery. For the best weapons, all attack percent weapons are going to be a great fit since she comes with crit damage as Ascension, and if you find to have a lot of crit damage and crit rate, especially if you're running Blizzard Strayer set, one stat you might miss out on is the attack, and so attack percent weapons are going to be really good fit for Ayaka. The new weapon in Inazuma is one weapon that can work extremely well, especially because this weapon will give extra energy regeneration after she uses the burst. You can stack the succession seeds every 5 seconds up to 3 times. With the piece with Constellation 1, we'll be able to get the succession seeds quickest because of the cooldown decrease of this E skill. Another weapon is the flute. This weapon, when you hit enemies with normal and charge attack, will give you some kind of harmonic thing, and it will deal additional damage as you do damage, making this weapon a great fit. Black Clip Sword is going to be a great fit if you decide to use Star Glitter for this. This weapon comes with high base attack along with crit damage and also additional attack percent increase as you kill enemies. You get attack percent, crit damage, and high base attack with this, making this sword a great fit. The Black Sword is also a great weapon for Ayaka because of the crit rate you get. With this weapon, you can actually have way too much crit rate, up to even 70 or 80%. On top of that, she will do even more damage with her normals and charge attacks, with a little bit of healing, making this weapon a really good choice if you have it. And as for energy recharge weapons, Festering Desire can work, and so you're using this for increased damage for the E skill and also recharging for the burst as often as you can, making this weapon a viable fit for Ayaka. Ayaka is definitely a fun character to use. She has many different playstyles and with unique style of art, especially the way she attacks and moves makes her unique. She is definitely one of the most desirable characters. Thanks for watching.